skibbity la doobity doo, the oi, oi, oi. We're the rugby boys, we're the rugby boys. Our mugs are filled to the brim. Our lifestyle is eternal, and rhyming be something we cannot do. Don't come too close, our lifestyle does not exist in the realm of time. Come is what fills up our mugs, we are the rugby boys. Oh, skibbity la doobity doo, the oi, oi, oi. Ah, skibbity la doobity doo, we are the rugby boys.
But you remember him being shiny in middle school too.
There was a time period in it's sometime in middle school where he was. I think it was the him going through puberty. He just got really red, shiny. I don't remember it being all the time. I do remember it being sometime in middle school where there. I feel like there was just a year or like a half a semester, where we used to call those middle school, where you were red. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
He looked freshly glazed.
yeah. It was shiny and everything, but it didn't last long and everything. But it's not like I mean,
It's not
obviously
like it
you
was
get
the biggest part of our childhood or anything, but
But no, but they were like off and on for like 2 years, probably. You
maybe I don't. The only
see, I don't
reason why I
remember
can't
how
remember
long.
that is because I also remember Aaron playing basketball and he was always red, and so he was caught. I mean, he was just running and he was
Yeah.
red, and so it
I
wasn't
mean,
like a shiny red then.
it still happens too, like when I play basketball. But
I don't even know what that is anymore.
yeah. I remember you used to not sweat.
I still don't sweat
Oh, really?
I don't either really.
except when I have my
Oh,
panic
good.
attacks.
Quality.
And
You,
if it's hot outside, if I'm actually doing activities, I don't sweat from the activity itself. It has to be hot.
I'm the same. I'm the exact same way.
Yeah, it's probably
how
not good.
how often do you have panic attacks? Or do you not have them anymore?
No, I don't have them much anymore.
Oh,
To be
okay.
honest, except for when the doctor told me my heart's dying the other day, I started having a panic attack at the end. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's good to know, doc. Tell
Yeah.
me more about this heart.
I probably would too, because like I've had plenty of panic attacks, and it's always like me just thinking about what could be wrong with me, like why am I feeling this, and then like something minor just turns into something crazy. I think everybody probably
Yeah,
experiences that.
my panic attacks is about health. It's always about health. Here I am drinking a beer, but it's the health thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, and I told you this before, Aaron, and I don't know if Dylan knows this. My biggest fear. Now I've been living by myself for fuck. As soon as I got out of college, and
Can I
so
guess? Can I guess?
I mean it's gonna be an easy guess.
Oh, is it
Go
gonna be
for it.
like your biggest fear is like dying or something happening to you, and you're just in your house alone, and your dog just is stuck there and just dies because you're
Yeah,
dead?
no, that is no. My biggest fear is the fact that I'm gonna die over the weekend. Let's just say the weekend. No one's gonna know I'm dead for like 3 to 4 days. That part freaks me out. Like the dead, like me dying. Okay, I'm dead. It's the fact that no one's going to know for 3 or 4 days when finally someone's to do this motherfucker ain't showing up for work. And so someone finally comes to
Yeah.
my house to see if I'm dead. And they're going to see I'm dead and my dog's going to still be laying right beside me.
I don't have
Yeah,
that fear.
she ain't going to eat. Yeah. My other fear is being in significant pain and it's also cold outside.
Wait, wait. Are-
like I'm already in pain. Like just imagine. So on Christmas Eve, like when I was in college, remember when I had the kidney stones?
I mean, I feel like I've heard there's been a couple times where you've had kidney
Well, it
stones.
was Christmas Eve, and it was like 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden something was happening. Like it was terrible pain. Couldn't stop throwing up, and finally my dad and mom was like, "Dude, something's up with him. We gotta take him to the ER." That Christmas Eve is a fucking blizzard going on, and so I'm laying in our van on the floorboard of the van, and all I can hear is the snow hitting the bottom of the car, the carriage, and everything. I don't know why I have to do this with my hands, but
Bottom of
it
the
makes
carriage.
sense.
Yeah.
Bottom of what I'm talking about, the carriage of the vehicle.
The
Okay.
horse and buggy.
Yeah, it's called a carriage, guys. But
Okay.
anyway,
Okay.
all I could think about when we was on our way to the ER is if we wrecked, I'm in this significant pain already that I can't stop throwing up from, and it's a blizzard outside. I just thought how this would be the worst thing ever, and I think I'd rather just someone kill me right then. If we was to wreck, if we was to wreck, I survived it. It was going to be I was going to be outside in that pain while it's also cold.
Yeah.
Whew. That's a I don't like that at all.
Okay. I mean, I can see that. It's just a weird. I think it's weird to have that be your like one of your biggest fears ever.
Yeah, well, there was two of them there. I don't have any like I'm not like don't get me wrong, I hate other things. Like I hate spiders and snakes, but I don't I don't
Yeah.
think of those and think, oh God. You know, when I think of me getting hurt being cold, I'm like, oh fuck, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, would you rather be hurt and cold or hurt and covered in snakes?
That's a good question.
Damn, that is a good question. Thing is, probably I hate snakes. I do. If they're not poisonous, then I'm going to do the snake thing because it covered me up. That means I'm also warm because of covering me up.
So you're saying like being cold is that big of a deal for you?
Yeah, and that's what's funny. I'm about to live in Canada.
Yeah.
And
That's not
it's-
like
it's-
you're living at your
it's-
fears.
it's
Like,
Seattle
your biggest
weather
fears.
there. No, but I'm not hurt right now.
Yeah, but like if you get hurt at all, you're
Yeah,
already
but that's the thing. I want to hurry up and get in. Like if they tell me, man, you're hurt, and I have to be out there for 3 days, I'm like, fuck, just kill me. You know, I mean, I don't want to be out here for 3 days, and I'm also hurt. Oh God.
I mean, how warm do you think snakes are going to keep you though?
I mean, they're reptiles, so they're cold blooded, so technically,
Yeah.
but there's gonna be a lot of them on me if you know, and so as long as they don't bite me, I think I'm okay with that because snakes can be pets.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, but
look at my doggy. She's in the background. Piper, no one's here.
Piper, you think she'd probably hate it if we knew we could see her, if she knew we could see her right now.
Yes. She would hate it if she could hear you guys right now, to be honest.
Is she self-conscious?
She's like shy.
She just hates people. Oh my God, Cyberpire. That's what it was. Damn.
So
All
we
right,
should
you never
probably-
introduced your podcast.
Yeah, let's explain a little bit that we have one of our best friends from starting like all the way in middle school, which is a long time ago.
I know Dylan longer than that.
Yeah.
Oh,
To
okay.
be honest,
No, college since kindergarten.
yeah,
Kindergarten buddies.
I was his friend before you.
That's
He's
right.
more important in my life than you are. It's crazy.
That's awesome
Yeah.
to hear.
Do you remember laying under Miss Burrow's desk at nap time?
Yeah, I remember also faking that I couldn't wake up from that time, and they called my mom to pick me up, and I got to go home. I remember that too.
I mainly just remember laying under her desk and
That
looking
might
at
be better.
her underwear.
Yeah, so technically that was mainly you and
Hey,
Chris
you were there
Lee.
too.
I got there a few times, but y'all always beat me to it either way. Cody Render, I think, got there a few times too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't remember. I did my best to not talk to him that much. So.
Okay, so yeah. Anyways, this is Kyler.
Yeah.
This is Kyler Campbell, ladies and gentlemen.
The
The one and only Kyler Campbell, aka the Rabbit.
It is the Rabbit.
You can
Check
see
me
his
out.
rabbit
The
ears.
Rabbit at OnlyFans.com. Check me out.
Okay, don't do that. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like what you see at all. But so
I don't have that.
what we're gonna do. I hope that this works. By the way, it would suck if it doesn't work. Like, it
It's
doesn't-
still fun either way.
it is fun. But me and Kyler and Dylan are gonna talk, and Dylan's also drawing while we're talking. I don't really know what it is yet. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what I'm looking at. Even if I could tell you, I couldn't explain what I'm looking at. But you're gonna see it at the end. It's gonna be like a reveal, to show what Dylan's brain come up with as we're sitting here talking with Kyler. Oh, Kyler, how did the game go? Did UK lose? He doesn't want to talk about it.
No, I mean, the fact that you even brought it up makes me want to just get out of this altogether. So glad I said, so
Go get in
glad.
the cold.
Yeah,
Go
like
jump
I'm
in the
already,
snow.
like I'm freezing now.
Dude, so what is wrong with you? It's because you don't have any body fat.
Yeah, it's not good. Trust me, the doctor said you're significantly underweight.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Wait, how much is how much do you weigh? Let me guess. I'm like the number 11 has been really strong for me lately, so I'm gonna guess 111.
There's no way.
No, I'm I weigh more than that.
Really?
So I believe I weigh 112, but it was 116 was what they got me at.
Yeah.
I
Back on
weighed
mass.
27 more pounds in high school. 27 more pounds.
That's nuts, dude. You were skinny
Yeah.
as fucking high school.
I
This is
know, but
blowing my mind.
it was all weight. I mean, it was all muscle and everything. So imagine I look the same as I do in high school.
But you lost all your muscle.
I lost all my muscle.
You really
And so
don't use it to a whole new level.
I lost about 15 pounds when a few years ago when I had the adverse effects from Tamiflu, and that's when all my panic, all my anxiety, all that stuff started happening. I lost about 15 pounds within a week and a half
Oh, shit.
span. I didn't know what was happening.
I forgot that was like all started with like a medicine, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was with the Tamiflu. Yeah.
Because it was so crazy to me when I heard you were starting to take like anxiety medicine because you were having like really bad panic attacks. I'm like, why would like I've known Kyler for so long. I don't think that it was just random that it just happened all of a sudden.
Yep. Yep. Everybody, it can happen to anybody.
But it was a side effect of another medicine. That's crazy.
It was a side effect from a medicine, but that doesn't now. That's the reason why I have anxiety attacks when it comes to health. I'm more of a hypochondriac now.
Yeah.
Like if someone's at the office and they cough, I tell you this: when I go to the doctor's office, I don't go straight back to work. I come straight home and take a shower and put all those clothes in the dirty hamper and change clothes and then go back.
That's what the fuck, dude?
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're
it's
mating. We only got 10 minutes.
So
All right. Well, let's just do some stuff then.
Just wrap it up in 10
let-
minutes.
Yeah, we know we could do some stuff. There's some things I do want to bring up.
is this
in one
the
of your-
hog scenario?
Yeah, in one of your podcasts, you were saying Aaron's job was to just take care of the hogs, which is totally valid. Like that should be your
Well,
task.
Let's be clear. I didn't say that was his task.
Well,
He just
So-
meant like we were talking
Yeah,
about.
I know. I'm just,
so for the for everybody watching, so there's a scenario of everybody on a stranded island. I forgot who it was. Dylan, Aaron, I think Ethan was the other person.
Pretty much, yeah.
It was just those three. And they gave each person tasks. Like I think Dylan was making maps or getting water, and Ethan was doing the other thing. And all
I think Ethan was
Aaron's
supposed to be the map maker, which was a
Ethan
mistake.
that was a terrible thing anyway. And Aaron was just supposed to take care of all the wild hogs on the island, and no one can help him, which made sense and everything. So now I have thrown myself into this island with them. I just so happen to show up on a raft. Oh, not a raft, on a piece of cardboard. Yeah, cardboard can hold me. And
You blew in with the wind.
yeah. And my task, and only my task, and this makes sense if y'all really think about it, would be for me to climb all the trees and get the coconuts. And I can't help you, Aaron. Like I can't give you the coconuts as a weapon to use whatsoever. Like I have to give them to Dylan to help us make the water and everything. Like
Coconut water.
Coconut water and everything, and it's all food too. So we can't use them as weapons. I mean, you go get rid of them by doing that. So
That's true.
that is my task.
Okay, so you used to climb trees like
Yeah, I mean, I climb
like
everything.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So you're you're the tree climber
Clee Trimer.
for coconuts.
Yeah.
And I mean, if there's other fruits, we'll take those too. But or is it only
No,
coconuts?
solely just coconuts.
Okay.
Solely coconuts.
This is what you know what, it doesn't matter. That's perfect. Dylan, you're still what were you doing?
I don't know that we decided. I think we just got mad that Ethan said
think
he was
that's
making
true.
maps.
We never really got to everybody else's
I
task.
won't ever understand the map saying like we probably have to just kill Ethan off and we might have to eat him. That's just that. I mean,
That's a good one. Would you eat another like if you were stranded on an island and we had no other food? Would you
dude, that's I don't
eat a
know.
person?
No. But at the same time, does
You don't
anybody
know.
really know?
You don't know, yeah.
Yeah,
If
we don't
you
know.
guys prepared it for me, I could do it, but I could not take part in like the butchering process.
No,
That's not
I
even
couldn't
worse.
either.
Me
I can't
preparing.
either.
Or preparing another person for you. Like here, I sauteed his thigh.
I think it may sound worse, but I promise you it's not.
Dude, listen, you wouldn't be able to see me like work in a locker, for like wild meat. Like you tell me like, oh, like Aaron, you killed a hog, let's cut him up. I'm like, I ain't cutting him up. You cut him up, and you just
Yeah.
give me the thigh. Then I'm not. I cook the thigh then if it's raw and everything, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not cutting nothing up like that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I remember I would go hunting when I was a kid with my dad and my brother, and I shot a deer. This was I was a kid, you know, I don't
Yeah.
hunt anymore. But they were just like we found it and they would just like cut into it and just pull stuff out with their hands like it was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to get rid of a lot of that weight to drag it. They were like, you know, wanting me to get involved as if this was like a family activity. I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever had to do at this point in my life.
You don't
You
even
can't just
telling the
throw
weird
me
part
into it.
about it. You're not telling the part where y'all had to smear blood from the deer on each of y'all's faces. I mean, why are you not telling that part?
I guess I'll let you tell it because it's pretty new.
Oh, is this just we're just gaslighting Aaron?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not true.
When I went,
But I think everyone should have to experience it like that because I mean that's how
no,
people fucking used to have
I
to
tell
live.
you, I used to go frog gigging,
Yeah, I did too.
and I would have to peel the skin off the legs, and
So
that's enough for me right then.
yeah. Yeah, then
Like
they always
I'm
put them
done
in
with
the
it.
boiling water and they'd be like, oh look, they're jumping again. Yeah.
Ain't that funny? Ain't that?
Yeah.
Well, not even boiling. Like, we have them trash bags. They start jumping. All of a sudden, they start grabbing the trash bag and start banging it on the concrete. I'm like, okay,
Jesus Christ.
this
Yeah.
is intense.
Yeah, it's pretty
But
crazy.
but
Okay, what was
enough.
there? Was there something else? You said you had like a
Yes,
scenario
yeah.
for us.
I got a scenario for you guys. Okay,
How much
might
time
be
we got left?
difficult. We got
All
four
right.
and a half minutes.
All right, all right.
Okay, the character name is Beeves.
Beeves?
Yeah, Beeves. Yeah,
All right.
that's. I'm sticking with that name now. Yeah,
All right.
that's the name.
So you
Okay.
were deciding between that and something else?
No, the name. I had this character in my head the whole time. Never thought of a name until just now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Beeves.
yeah. But there's another character in here that y'all have to think of a name for.
All right.
Anyway, so I mean, he looks unpleasant. Like imagine, what's the kid from Skinny? Also, what's the kid from Charlie Brown, the one that stunk all this? Pigpen.
Pigpen, yeah.
Yeah, imagine him look like smell and all that stuff coming off of him like that.
Okay.
He's frantically needing to make a phone call on the payphone. Okay. And he finds it.
So stuck in 1996.
Yeah, it's still a thing. He's getting to the payphone, and the whole time while he's on his journey, he has a quarter in his pocket. That also is a character. The quarter itself is a character talking like, "Man, I love this home with whoever this with Beeves in his pocket and everything." And
Okay. I'll come
and he
up with
takes
his
the
name.
okay, and he takes the quarter out to use it into the machine, into the payphone. But then the quarter says, "Hey, wait! You put me back in the system? Like you go put me in foster care? Like?" And then it becomes
This is deep, dude.
a conversation between the two, Beeves and his quarter. The quarter
It's
thinking you put
Ronnie
me back.
Cortez.
What's the quarter's name?
Ronnie Cortez.
Ronnie Cortez. Perfect.
Yeah.
Ronnie and Beeves is having a discussion about why Beeves is wanting to use the call. We can make up whoever he wants to call, and Ronnie Cortez is saying, "But you put him back in the system. You just go put me out as an outcast," and he's now putting himself like in the foster care system, and it's just because it's like the foster care. He's going back into the system. You know,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm just going to be part like with everybody else. I'm going to have to find a
Yeah.
new family. I'm going to have to find a new home. And
Yeah.
it's just a conversation between them two, and ultimately y'all decide on how it ends.
So this like
When did you think of this?
This was when y'all did y'all's podcast over the hogs thing, and y'all finished. I think I told Aaron y'all should start the conversation with each podcast. You end it with naming a character, like, "Hey, what's a character we should have?" And y'all just say the character like this one. I said Beeves, and how your next podcast starts will be telling the story of that character, and then when that podcast ends, you bring up a new character. It was something you already done already,
yeah.
and everything, because it gets kind of confusing. I know when I was watching your last one, you brought up fourth meal. Like y'all went 10 minutes talking about fourth meal. Like I was like, dude, what the heck are y'all talking about? And finally, you show the video, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like you didn't give in, you didn't explain some stuff about the video first,
Yeah.
or about what fourth mill is.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
was.
I could see that.
fourth meal is also not the easiest thing to explain.
No, it wasn't. That trust me, I enjoyed it.
Big of a
So
deal.
yeah, so that's the story. I mean, I know it's kind of a detailed story, so y'all might not want to use it or not, but I thought it'd be funny if he's complaining about going back into the system. You know, like don't put him back in the system. Or the story could be more of the guy is actually asking other people for change, and the quarter is still in his pocket, talking to himself, and in hindsight, laughing, saying he doesn't even know I'm in his pocket. Ha ha ha! He can't even use me. And the guy keeps asking quarters, and so he's just like, "Look at this dumbass. He doesn't even know. You know, this is my home. I won't leave this home."
This is twisted. The whole thing. I thought you were doing it like as like a.
I like the first one better, but as we was trying to do all this,
Quarter was like a symbol for like orphans. Or
yeah, I thought that might be also too dark, and maybe you don't want to do it that way. And so that's why when I finished that story and we were trying to get this back to going, I was like, man, did I just have a dark story for them to tell that's kind of about foster care or giving up your child orphan? And are we going to get too, is that going to be too political for people now? So that made me think of the story of, or he could just be asking other people while the other quarter's in his pocket the whole time.
All of our stories are dark in one way or another.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're all like clearly. There's no deeper like moral.
I'd say there kind of is because they're all.
Yeah,
Here's a frustrating man that's based on someone we've had to deal with.
that is true.
I've never had to deal with a cougar man.
Well, I
Yeah, but his scenario, didn't he? What is it? He woke up and he didn't know his girlfriend didn't know who he was, or something like that. Yeah, I mean, there's some deep meaning also you can make into yours.
Sure, but it's not like a Disney movie where there's like an underlying message behind it that's like a good thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, the end of the story should just be he's about to put the quarter in. He puts the quarter in, and then he realizes he actually needs 50 cents and not 25 cents.
That's actually,
and he loses the quarter anyway. He can't make the phone call.
How we're gonna live. All right. At least start from that. Ronnie Cortez and Beeves.
Ronnie Cortez. Is it Beebs or Beebs?
Beebs, like Beavis and Butthead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beebs. Yeah, don't do Beebs. No.
But I'm pretty sure I've heard the name Beeves before. It's just like a nickname for somebody who's named
Beavis.
Beavis. Oh,
heard it somewhere.
Beavis. Yeah, what nickname is that other than Beavis?
I just think it's in a movie. I don't know. Hey,
Oh, it's in a movie?
I don't know. I
fucking
think
know.
I've heard it before. Like Leave It to Beaver, right?
I mean, I guess you could call a beaver Beeves if you want. Hey, there's a beaver. What are you calling beaver
they
for?
call
Call
it
it Beeves.
In that,
They might.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Okay, do that then. Make the human a beaver. And he still has hands and he still has money. It's like he's the actual he has money, like it's like that's, and he's talking to people and everything. He's I just need a quarter.
I still got
Like
hands.
I still got hands.
It's
He's walking on his
Listen,
2 feet, his
I
two
know
hind
I'm a
hands.
beaver, but I still got hands. I still got money. Like, let me
Yeah.
let me live in society, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm just a lonely beaver. Give me a break.
That's pretty funny. I just like the way you worded that. You still got hands, you still got money. Like the two things that the humans have. It's true.
Imagine how life would be if you have no hands and no money.
Right, you're right.
Yeah. What would you rather have? No hands or no feet?
No feet.
Aaron?
Yeah, no feet. In today's world, like if it were like
Yeah, dude. Like you tell me,
Right.
you can sit down for the rest of your life. Oh,
yeah.
Well, you could also get those little like metal duck feet that people get.
well, you can also get those robotic hands that people get.
Yeah, but I feel like those are way more expensive. And
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true.
You can sit in a wheelchair if you don't feel like getting any of it.
We can call you web feet
Yeah.
once you get the rubber duck
because
feet.
having hands, like it'd be much harder to cook, to like jerk off, play video games. Like
You can't do anything. Like I'll be using my forearms for everything like this, and then
But we learned to do stuff like that. I think it's more like,
The like smaller intricate things, like
yeah,
you'd never be able to like play instruments or
yeah.
I couldn't draw.
It would be we would
I
just
mean, technically, you could jack off with two nubs.
I guess you could. It would just be
Yeah,
far less pleasant.
yeah, yeah. It'd be difficult, but you couldn't pick your nose. You got to scratch, like you got to punch yourself in the face really more. Yeah, it would. I don't know how we got on that, but
me either. We could do that thing where we have to backtrack and figure like every time I'm on the phone with Kyler, we start talking and the next thing you know we're talking about something and he's like, how do we get there? He never lets it go. Like he always has to get back to the very root of it. And so we
I know it's an OCD thing. I would spend 10 minutes going back to every conversation. We've had like 15 conversations all the way up to this point,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, how did we get here? And I have to go back all 15 conversations. Oh yeah, we got here because
Yeah.
we said your dick was small or something.
Well, it's all just us finding like some small. Somebody says something, and then we're like, okay, I don't care what you just said, but there was one little thing in there that I want to pick apart,
Yeah.
and then we have to move on to that.
That's usually how it is. Like we
That is true. That is true. You can tell a whole story, and you just said somebody's name and it's Sarah, and I have to tell you a story about my Sarah that I know, and then all of a sudden,
yeah.
just go into that detail.
Yeah, it's probably a horrible way to be.
To live.
Like for
Yeah,
us,
it's not great.
but it's whatever. Dylan Strong is something else. Do you want to say
I have a feeling. Is there a butthole in it?
No, it's actually a pretty
Thank you.
clean drawing.
Okay,
I just drew like just a little guy.
a little guy.
Yeah.
Oh
it's just-
God, is it me? Has it anything to do with me?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's see it.
I'm excited for Longhead, which is we talked about Longhead last episode, but I'm like almost done with the song and he's got to draw him. Did you? No, you haven't heard that because you haven't heard that episode.
No, I haven't.
Talk about Longhead because we can't really wait if we're going to show it in the last.
I don't remember what all we've even said about Longhead at this point.
I can tell you. Well, as far as like physical like attributes, I guess, or should I say everything like jumping on the bed?
Well, I'm not even talking about just song. I mean, what did we talk about in like the previous podcast?
We didn't talk about anything as far as we just said his only feature is that he has a long head, but then we immediately said, oh, well, that's not actually true, but just for the sake of a conversation we had. Does that make any sense?
I'm laughing because I'm about to change the subject because it started making me think, and it's like, oh crap, we just talked about not to change the subject and everything because we're going to have to go backtrack and everything. But it made me think of Gumby, and I remember I used to call Aaron Gumby all the time because Gumby is just a plain character. And Aaron, growing up, your physical feature was just plain, and I was like, dude, you're like Gumby.
Wait,
Boiled Gumby.
You used to call me Gumby because I thought that I remember Brian Slipkovich.
That's because I was telling him. Yeah, I told
Who's
Brian.
He's a guy that was one of our Murray friends.
No.
Yeah, I told Brian about Gumby. You. Like when I didn't even say your name. I was like, we have this friend named Gumby.
Makes sense.
And that's how he knew who you were.
Yeah.
When you showed up, he's oh shit, that's Gumby immediately.
Yeah. Longhead. All right, let's just talk about Longhead for a second. I feel like we need to. Should we?
So
Okay,
I
hurry
got
up.
a list of names, and at first I wanted him to do somebody else, but I guess he wasn't satisfied. So I was like, okay, I may have two other names, and Longhead was the one that we both kind of gravitated towards. And then I was like, don't tell me anything about him, just make a song. So then the next day he
It's
called
the
me,
same.
and I don't remember what even brought it up, but we got it onto the fact that his only attribute is that he has a long head. And we couldn't get past that. Like,
That's not even an attribute. That's just a feature. It's just a physical feature.
that's all he has. So then, if you're interacting with this person and he's talking to you, what does it look like if all he has is a long head?
Yeah, because
So, okay, I got a great idea then. Like, have y'all drew this person?
no, but I've already come up with a song, so I don't know how much your idea.
I don't think he should have arms, hands, or body or anything. I think he should just be bouncing up and down as a long head.
He is bouncing up and down on the bed. Well, in the song, he starts.
Yeah,
off,
as a long head.
But does he have hair? Does he have a mouth, or is he just a head? You know what I'm saying? Is it just?
I'm having Aaron's face in this long head. This is what I'm having in my mind. A long forehead, though. a buck tooth, a single buck tooth.
Okay, well let me explain some of his features before you go on his
Okay.
because he
Oh, he has more features. Okay, you didn't tell me this.
Yeah. So
we disregarded that when we decided to actually come up.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Keep going then.
I'm telling you some new stuff too.
I was sorry, but I was gonna tie it into how we bring up one thing and then we disregard it for like one other thing that we focused on.
Yeah.
And we even did that with Longhead. Like the song is not really about him having a long head. It's about him kind of being obsessed with like his granddad's legs.
Yeah. He's obsessed with his grandpa's legs, like in some funny ways. He also took out his kneecaps. He takes out his own kneecaps and he said he's going to leave them out until the day he dies. He has cornrows, which he's rubbed lotion on. It's all makes sense when you listen to the song. Okay.
None of your songs make sense, but keep going.
I know. He rubs lotion on his cornrows, but also he's gonna have a mohawk. Okay, so he's gonna have a mohawk and cornrows.
Did you add that?
That's something I added today.
Okay.
Before I sent it to you, or after I sent it to you. Is there anything else physically about him? His only feature is that he has a long head. That's one of the lines in the song, even though he has all kinds of other features. But
well, to me, it sounds like he has one other feature, which is hair.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, hair. Apparently, he has no knees. Apparently, so
kneecaps. Yeah,
kneecaps. Yeah,
pick them out. That's pretty much all the physical attributes besides jumping on the bed, and maybe possibly eating raisin bread. Everything rhymes with head in the song.
but he's fantasized. I mean, but he has a fantasy of his granddad's legs.
Yeah, like one of the lines is
So, is that why he took his kneecaps out? It's because he wants his kneecaps.
It could be that. Well, I'll leave some of it like a mystery, I think.
Yeah, it's best to not explain any of these people's motives.
Yeah, I'm not terrified at all of this person.
It's one of my favorite songs. And then
I'm terrified, to be honest.
But it is one of my favorite songs, and you'll know why when for some reason the ending just sets it to a whole other level. So by the time this podcast even is out, that one have already been out. We've already recorded that episode, but we just haven't edited it, and we have to do the drawing and have to finish the song.
I'm gonna derail this. Isn't it weird that like old men love to send each other porn? Have you guys ever done that?
Okay, I'm not old.
Somebody's dad would send you porn, and you would watch it and be like, waiting for the joke, and it wasn't. It was just porn. I don't want to name the guys.
What's it start with? Just.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think he did. I remember for a while on
remember.
Facebook, he was sending me like weird random stuff. Was it porn?
Yes, you showed me a video that he sent you, and it was just a girl fucking herself with a dildo in a car.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a 2-minute video, and I'm waiting for the joke. Like I'm waiting
And
for
it's not a joke. It's just porn.
like a cop to show up, or like, you know what I mean? Like something. And it's just a 2-minute clip of porn.
Yeah, people do that because I had a buddy I know from Xbox, well, on Messenger, sent me pictures of just hot women randomly that he screenshots on Facebook, like going through his season, his reels. He just sends it to me. And all I could say back is, yeah, she's pretty, she's hot. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to say? And he just would do this randomly.
Well, my granddad tried to give me a bunch of old porn VHS tapes that he had in his basement. I was like, no, that's the last thing I need. He still doesn't understand that that's all the internet is.
I mean, some of those could be worth money. No, the VHS probably not. If you have magazines, probably.
But it's also just weird to me to be like, I wonder if my grandson wants some really old porn that he can't watch.
Yeah.
And also
that's true. That is true.
I'm not even thinking about how the internet works.
Well, it's fun. It's like when who's that porn star, Mia Khalifa? How she has her OnlyFans for like $35, and it's like, you already know we can get all your shit for free already. It's like, but people do it. People pay for. I mean, she's still making millions off that. So
yeah, I think that's crazy too. OnlyFans.
But there's still something. It's not even that. It's just the fact that it's like, here you go. I want you to get horny.
Yeah.
Like, here's this.
Because I think it's their sense of humor. I think it is sense of humor because it is like when you look at a naked woman, you do And I think that's what the old guys I was thinking in their mind when I send that to him.
But I don't think
He's already seen your face doing, and I think they'll think it's funny.
I feel like they're like showing they think they're showing you something. Like, oh, they'll be impressed or something. But it's like, dude,
Maybe.
it's not the way things are. Like, you're not impressing anyone.
Also, like, we're eating. We're out publicly eating. Why are you showing this to me? I don't know. It's just,
Is that what he showed you?
no, but
Oh.
it's just they do it casually. Like
Yeah.
I had a
I
when
don't
I worked at parties, we had a manager. He was in his 40s, and we'd be working night shift, and he would seriously be on his phone looking up porn, just sitting on the counter. And he's like, "Hey, Kyle, come look at this," and I'm over his shoulder just looking at porn, and I'm like, "Okay, like."
Oh, come look at this.
Like what do we do? And this was all the time. And all I could think about was like, why is he watching porn? We're at Hardee's at
Yeah.
3 in the morning, and he's just sitting here watching porn. And all I can think about is like, is he going into the freezer and jacking off? Like, what's his end game of watching porn here? And what's his end game of asking me to come watch it with him?
Desensitizing you to everything. You're not gonna like get excited at all.
Well, are these guys that are at this point are already addicted to porn
Or they're just discovering it.
or something? Because it's like I get it. I jerk off
Well,
like
I don't
all
get, like,
men do, but I don't get being in like a completely neutral environment or somewhere out in my home and being
watching
like, I think this would be the time to do this. Like, it's
well, it's like I've heard of some dudes that like will listen to porn or watch porn or something while they're working out because
that's also
but that to me that's disturbing. It's like
That is sad. That's them trying to get their sweat off, the sweat on, whatever you want to call it, to porn because they want to emulate that.
which I guess I could. It's still weird, but I can at least understand that. Man, one time, do you remember
Oh yeah.
to put him on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
brother was
Oh yeah.
yeah. I knew his brother more than
Oh yeah.
Me and
Oh
got pretty close
yeah.
after high school. And there was one day I was going over to his house. He invited me over. It's like 3 in the afternoon. And it's like a 10-minute drive to Sacramento. I get to his house, I walk in, and he's disheveled, he's covering himself up, and he's like got his laptop and he has to shut his laptop. And I'm like, were you just watching porn on my way over here? And he was. I'm just like, it
and
amazed me.
how. So this was after high school.
Yeah. Well,
All
it was
right.
just a weird thing. He knew I was coming over, and he's
Yeah,
like,
that's
"Look, I've got 10 minutes. I can crank this out." I'm like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. That is a little strange.
I like your setup. I expected like, I didn't know it was going to be so nerdy. I was expecting like UK and stuff.
Oh no, that's what everybody. I got tattoos, and everybody's like, "So you go get a tattoo of like a basketball or Kobe Bryant since he was your hero and everything like that." I was like, "No, like what do you mean?" It's like that's like nothing against this. I don't buy jersey. I watch sports nonstop, but you won't ever see me go to a game with a jersey on. That no, if people would like that, that's fine and everything. It's just to me that's kind of like a douche kind of thing, and that's cool if people want to do it. It's just like I don't like. I have a Kentucky shirt that I wear every now and then, and that's because I got it for like Christmas for somebody. I wear that, and if I went to a Kentucky game, I'd probably wear the shirt. But you won't see me going out trying to buy jackets and jerseys. I do have a beanie of UK because my brother Jag got it for me now.
okay, I have a question for you. How much money did you spend on Legos?
I don't know. I just spent $1,800 on Legos to $1,400. Really, I saved $400 on it that I'm going to take with me to Canada to make some stuff. And that was 13 boxes.
How many thousands did you have to guess?
I don't know. I probably got the Starship Destroyer. That's 700 or 800 itself. And then the Moss Eisley's right there is 400. That was 350. The gunship, that's 400. The AT-AT, that's Optimus Prime back there. That was less than 200. I got Voltron over here too. Death Star's 500. You can't see the Millennium Falcon, but that's 900. You can't see that's an old Atari system. That's 200. You can't really see that, but there's a Pac-Man machine under the Death Star that actually moves. I can move it, like have a scene in it. Okay, let's just say probably, I don't know, 15, 20 grand
Yeah, that's
with
that's all
with the
we need.
Legos.
It's crazy that Legos cost as much as they do.
It is crazy.
Well, the other thing is though, like, so even with it built, I keep all the boxes and everything. Like the sand crawler was $200 and it's worth 450 now. And you can see it in the corner there, the sand crawler. The But the Millennium Falcon, that was 900 when I bought it, and it's about 1050 now. Since it's open, it's 1050. It's probably, if it wasn't open, it'd be more than that. That's why I keep all the boxes too.
if you were to have to like sell, somebody wanted to buy one of these things from you, do you have to take the Lego, take it apart completely and put it all back in the box?
If someone wanted to, I will put I would take everything apart and put every single set in a bag.
That's almost not worth it.
Well, I would sell it for more. Like I'm not planning on selling this
Yeah, I know.
ever, unless if they tell me, hey, this is now worth 15 grand. I'm like, ooh, okay, hold on. Yeah, I would. That's totally worth it.
We got 4.5 minutes left, so what should we wrap things up with?
Well, I guess we need to wrap things up with a few things. One is think about Longhead and fulfilling that row of his life, I guess, on how y'all want to finish that one. Beeves is something that y'all should really take part in. I think it's a great character. But to be honest, I think Ronnie Cortez would be the focal point, really. He needs to have an accent, for sure.
Beeves or
Ronnie.
What kind of accent?
I don't know, maybe really deep Southern.
Ronnie Court.
Yeah. Yeah. You just gonna put me back in the system? You know, try to like cry a little bit. I don't know how well this is gonna look.
Ronnie Cortez.
Yeah, maybe not that. sounds like he's thumbs in his ass that he can't get out. It's Ronnie Cortez is my name. Just please don't sing me, son.
Hi.
I do like that. Ooh, I like that.
Which one?
What you just did. That voice there for the quarter.
Wait,
Like it sounds like it's like you're squeezing his nose a little bit. Like hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. I was supposed to be playing Xbox
Yeah,
an hour and 40 minutes ago.
Well, you got minutes left, so this is
Well,
ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, I appreciate y'all letting me hang out on the podcast and everything.
Hey, Collar, do you remember that time Jeff found that naked picture of Sabrina in Jackson's drawer?
Oh my god.
I'll have to cut this part out.
Yeah.
Was it
Who was we with when we did that? Who was with us?
Corey.
Oh, it was Corey. Okay. Oh my god, that was very, man, no wonder his dad hated his son.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't help his case.
We added to it.
Yeah, I do remember me spraying a can of Axe over Jackson's body hair when he was sleeping because he was just in his boxers, and then put a lighter up to him and burned off all his hair.
That wasn't the only time we did that, because we did that in my garage one time. We had an old sword.
Yeah, he was awake then. So that time, he was asleep on his. He had a water bed. He had a water bed. Like, who has water beds? But he did. Yeah, we lit him up.
Jackson's been watching the podcast.
Has he?
I don't know. Maybe like the first one. I'm not sure. I haven't really talked much to him lately.
Well, it's going to end here, and it's just going to shut off. So,
all right.
Yeah, I don't have the seconds. It just says less than a minute. So,
all right. Thanks for coming on. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah, hopefully this was fun. Hopefully y'all can use this and be fun with it and everything. And maybe we do it again.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, and try not to be so red next time.
All right, man.
All right.
Adios.
See you guys.